Hey Rich, it's Yoni. I love your line from Misfits. I absolutely, think you've got some great stuff going here. I wanted to see if I could chuck some ideas your way, see what you think, take, ignore, anything's good, So I think, your staging's pretty much bang on. Really nice. The only thing that jumps out at me is that even though the nerdy guy, is the main focus of the entire thing, blocking wise, you can still get away with some reaction shots and stuff from the girl, and I think that it's really important to sell the awkwardness between the two characters. I don't know why, but when I saw the line and I saw your staging, I was just thinking, you know what? It might be hilarious if you make the girl a lot slimmer and almost like as if she was a model or something like that. And she has just like one little piece of broccoli on her plate. And it's like he's got the can of Coke, normal type of food, and she's just trying this model type of facade of really thin girl, tiny, tiny, tiny amount of food, mineral water in her hand, and it makes that line of "Do I like food?" is like even more ridiculous to an extent. It's like, what are you talking about? I hardly eat for a living. I just think it's something funny that you could put in there, but that's my sense of humor. So if you don't like it, don't go with it at all. But I think that that could get a few laughs. Um, I like him, the way that he shuffles up to her. That's really cool. Maybe in your second shot, round frames 74, maybe you can move him just a little bit closer in to a degree and get him, you know, I think it's he's got to be he's kind of like very side on here to a degree. Just move him around so he's actually over the shoulder. Even if we lose a little bit, it's almost as if the camera's looking slightly through his glasses on the left hand side of the screen. And when he looks, yeah, then he can bend his head down. And I think the pose on frame 153 for him can just be a little bit, more, bent to a degree because he's kind of like very straight and frame is just looking down like that. Try bent hunching him over a little bit more, maybe playing a bit, with the way that the shoulders lean, just a bit more than what you got. It's like there, I just can't see a clean action line there. I think, he should have some curve going down his body, kind of like almost shying away from her. See what shapes you can actually find there. Um, Now, when she walks off, I think she walks off at the end too quickly, which is one thing that jumped out at me as well. It's almost as when he's delivering the line. I'm gonna have to hear it again. I think by the time he says pizza, he's kind of like he's caught up in his world, and he's like, well, we can go for some pizza. And at that point, she's just leaving already, because even it takes us about some 8 frames to register that somebody's kind of like coming out of shot. And I think you've just got that there. But we don't even see her leave the frame. I think you can start that much 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 earlier and just have her walk off, and it's like then you can have just that hopeless despaired look of when we can go for some pizza and some garlic dough balls, and by that time she's noticed, oh, she's gone. Damn. Just try and throw that in there a little bit. I think you can get a lot of attitude out of this girl. I know the character in Misfits is quite strong, but I think that this idea of her being kind of like what's her persona and making that a bit clear. And I think even that juxtaposition with the food, that really these two people are from two separate worlds, geeky type of guy, completely, kind of like a model, used to lots of social interaction, and kind of like wanting to be as beautiful as possible. That's kind of like, I think you can really play off with some great contrast between those characters, but I think that's got to come down a little bit more into the design of the actual characters itself, which they're different there. The height, difference actually works, but you could even puff his cheeks out a little bit more. You could take her, make her a little bit thinner, maybe longer hair instead of, there, try to make her a bit more beautiful. So it's like, it's even more, kind of like difficult. You almost have to look at this frame and say, this guy does not stand a chance at all. And it's kind of like going in that direction, but I think you can just exaggerate it a bit more. But anyway, great, great, great work this week. It's a really funny line, and I think you're gonna have a lot of fun enjoying this. enjoy every moment of it. Okay, so cool, man. Go for it. See you soon.